Hey everybody, Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Today we're firing up the Big Green Egg. We're gonna make an amazing roasted pork loin using two of my favorite Big Green Egg products. Now, first thing we need to do is head out and get the Big Green Egg fired up, so out we go. All right, we went ahead and added that new charcoal in there. We leveled it out, and now we're gonna go ahead and get our igniter started, and we'll get our charcoal going. And just like that, we are ignited. Now, we're gonna leave this open for about 7 minutes to let that fire build up. We'll come back and shut it and adjust it here in about 7 minutes. Okay, here we are right after that initial 7 minutes of ignition. You can see we have a beautiful, bright ember pile. Now is when we want to close the dome and adjust the top and bottom so that we can now bring that temperature up to 200 degrees before we add in our convector. We are sitting just a tad above 200. I am great with that. Now we've got the fire going. We'll open that dome, add in the convector with our convector basket, grill grate, and our drip pan. Now we are going to close the dome, adjust the top and bottom again to keep the temperature at 350 degrees, and then we'll hold and maintain that for about 10 minutes before we set the pork on. Here's your chef's tip of the day. As I start reaching that 300 degree mark, I am going to make some adjustments on the top and bottom, so now I can keep it from overshooting my temperature and catch it on the way up. So my desired temp's 350, but now that I've hit 300, time to make a couple more adjustments top and bottom so we can catch that temp on the way up and maintain it at 350. Okay, today's recipe is what I'd like to call low ingredients, high reward. We are going to let the Big Green Egg flavors do their magic on our pork. So let's talk about what we have. We have a 4-pound pork loin. This is not a tenderloin. This is a 4-pound pork loin. I'm not gonna do anything to that. I'm going to leave it as is. This is perfect. I'm gonna use my favorite olive oil as a binder, that savory pecan rub to give us our flavor, and then that Kansas City sweet and smoky barbecue sauce for the finish. That's it. Low ingredients, high reward. Let's get our prep done. First thing I wanna do is a little bit of oil across the top as my binder, and we will get that way. Then we'll go ahead, turn it, get a little bit on the bottom and the sides as well. Just a light coating of oil, just to act as a binder to help that rub stick. Now we'll go ahead and add our savory pecan. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier than I normally do on here, and you know I always say go as light or as heavy as you want, but you're gonna see it start to soak into the oil, and that is okay. I just wanna get this first side seasoned like that, and now we will flip it over. But before we go all the way, let's get that edge right there. And then we'll go ahead and get the top side, and then we'll come back and get the ends as well. Now we're gonna let this sit for the entire time it takes for our egg to reach temperature. But yeah, we're gonna let this soak for a little bit and do its thing. Our desired temp today on the egg is 350 degrees. So I think we are good. And there you have it. After 22 minutes, we have started the egg. We have hit and maintained 350 degrees. We have our convector in there. We are adjusted perfectly on the top. We're ready to go. It is time to roast some pork. Here we are all set at 350. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. Carefully roll that onto my hand and right into the center of the cooking grate. Now, we're gonna track temperature today using our BGE thermometer. Our desired internal doneness temp today is gonna be 145 degrees, but we are not gonna come back and check on this for about 45 minutes. Well, here we are right at that 45-minute mark. Let's give that a quick burp. Open that up, and yeah, look at that. So, first check in of temperature. We're gonna go right into the middle. And it looks like we're sitting right about 122 and a half degrees. So we're gonna let this go for about another 10 minutes. Then we'll come back and start basting it with barbecue sauce. That right there looks pretty solid, right? All right, here we are. I just checked temp. We're sitting at about 138 now. Time to give it our first base with that stuff right there. So I like to pour a little bit across top like that. And with my basting brush, we'll catch it before it all runs off. And go through here and get that basted nicely. Now, how many times you baste it is going to be up to you, but basically what I'm gonna do is baste it, we'll close it, come back in about 5 minutes, check it again, and also check temperature, and we'll baste it and track temperature until it is exactly how we want it. We're really close, we're at 142, so I'm gonna give it one more baste, another 5 minutes to glaze, and then I will see you in the kitchen. We let this rest for 10 minutes, and now it is time to carve into there and see what that delicious pork looks like. Look at that. Beautiful smoke ring, nice and juicy. This is not going to disappoint at all when it comes time for lunch, so I'll make sure I cut up extra because lunchtime. Well, there you have it. Right at about an hour cook time, we have amazing pork loin ready for dinner. Now, stay tuned because coming up, if you're still in the mood for a little bit of pork, I've got pork belly burnt ends. That video is coming up next. In the meantime, I have to be honest with you about something. When I say I'm going in for my first bite, chances are it's probably my third. Cheers.